Did you predict the score right? Make sure you check out the chat for the score predictions as well. We're going to go ahead and make sure that that is set up correctly. So let's make sure the team names are up as appropriate. It looks like we have Rogue and SG-1 there. The score has been reset to 0-0. And we are patiently waiting for the game to begin. So I think... Oh, looks like they're going to be the other way around. No problemo. So we're just going to wait for all the players to hop in. There we go. In 30 seconds time, ladies and gents, we're going to be getting into game number 1 of the grand final of the ThePlays GG Overwatch launch event. The first Overwatch tournament, basically in history, post the release of the game. And these two teams are going to be fighting off against each other. This is a King of the Hill map, so a little bit different in composition. We have 5 seconds left to go on the attack. Let's go ahead and check out the view of AKM on Tracer. He's going to be moving on very quickly. Let's go. We're on Nepal. The middle of the map is this point here. We are going to be focusing on trying to take that point as quickly as possible to begin the game. Mafu on Winston getting straight into the action, trying to tank for the team. Unko gets taken out on Lucio very, very quickly indeed. Don't forget the control point doesn't actually unlock for 30 seconds at the start of the map, so they're not actually fighting for it just yet. But we have 5 seconds left to go before that becomes a reality. Zappis respawning there, unfortunately getting taken out, but Fraggy doing a very good job on Zarya to stay alive, but he's now having problems against Tavik, who is being very, very effective right now on Zarya. So the control point is first going to be going in the direction of Rogue as they go ahead and move forward. IDDQD on Tracer looking for an opportunistic time to pulse bomb here. We'll see if he is able. Pardon me. Wow. Talking so fast, I'm actually swallowing my... Oh, no. No, no, no. We've lost connection to the game server, ladies and gentlemen. That at least was close to the start of the game. Really unfortunate. We're going to have to restart that as I struggle. Potentially swallowing water. Turns out water shouldn't be going down that hole there. Let's see if we can enter the game again and head back into lobby. That game was basically 1 minute old. It's a bit unfortunate. It is launch night after all. And just when you thought the game release was going to be completely and utterly devoid of problems, well, think again. But luckily it was more or less within the first minute of the final. So we'll go ahead and try and pop back into the game ASAP. After this as well, you've got the Alienware Cup launching. So that'll be the second tournament, and it's got a massive prize pool as well, so make sure you check that out. In the meantime, there's still time to enter the giveaways. So you can check those out, by the way, in the chat. You can type !launch to basically win one of 2 packs of Overwatch giveaways from ThePlays GG. We have a copy of the game Origins Edition, a month subscription to Overwatch Kings, as well as a whole bunch of Razor gear for you to win as well. And wow, that was quick. We're not only back into the lobby, but we're back into the game as well. You can also, if you guys have been using !predict in the chat, I really want to know how many people were accurately predicting this particular map. It looks like we've actually spawned to a point where it's 95% in favor of Rogue. I'm not really sure how this is going to work here. That's a little bit confusing. I will ask the admin once the action actually settles down, because I don't really want to type while the players are busy playing inside the game. It's possible that we're going to restart, but we will be able to know that very shortly indeed. Let's go ahead and take a look at Tavik once again on Zarya at 100% charge on that weapon. Now, so what's happening here? Is that 1-0? Let's go ahead and double check. Presumably, well, okay, good. Just double checking what's going on there.
Don't just stand around. Do something.
Oh, in round, yeah. So it looks like the result on the round is going to stand, and that the players must have been... Ah, I understand now. Not everyone was kicked out. It looks like I was kicked out, unfortunately. Damn. Which means we do actually have a 1-0 round advantage at the moment to Rogue. I saw a couple of other people getting kicked out, including the admin, so I assumed everyone got kicked out of the game, but it was actually just me and our admin here. That's a little bit unfortunate, but it does mean that we have a 1-0 situation going into, of course, this best of 3. This isn't the competitive mode, so they just have to win one more control point here. Does Rogue? Well, let's go ahead and take a look at Zappis on Tracer, trying to do a lot of damage. Tavik, though, meeting him out in full force with that Photon Cannon. Probably not the best idea. So charged up on Zarya right now. Very, very scrappy at the moment as this full-on brawl ensues in the middle of the map. But they are going to be able to take the control point for us. So let's go ahead and zoom out and work out what's going on. At the moment, Rogue is the control point. They only have to win one more control point to win the map here on Nepal. I do believe this was their map pick as well. Zappis will have a Pulse Maul available when he respawns, but he is going to get taken out very quickly. Fraggy has kind of been destined to stay on the sidelines, to be perfectly honest. So far, he has not had as good a game as Tavik has so far on just being able to use the hero in general. There's so much more charge on the Zarya on the red side. They're the Graviton Surge, looking for a way to kill these people off as quickly as possible, managing to pick off the opposing number in Fraggy there. We're up to 37% on the control point, and we need to find a way for SG-1 to get a word in edgeways. It's currently 6v4. Mafu has switched on to Winston. He's looking for a way to just stall at the moment. He's actually leaping up in the air, waiting to see where he can actually do the best. Oh no, he almost actually leaps himself off the map as Primal Rage takes hold. There is a Pulse Bomb. Doesn't look like it does too much. 600 health going down to 60, coming back up to 300 right now as a Primal Rage finishes, and they're looking to make another assault onto the point. Mafu leaping in, but not able to make it count at the moment. There is the ultimate coming out from Hawk. Seta has an ultimate of his own. Is he going to be using it? He's actually very close to dying at the moment. Himsy on Tracer, looking to try and make some inroads, but Rogue are doing such a good job of staying together. AKM gets taken out. Great, that's on the sidelines. But let's look at Tavik once again, because the team seems to be rallying around Zarya right now. Look at how cohesive they are as a unit. IDDQD wins, and Tavik are just hanging around waiting to see if the rest of the team are going to be able to pop in. In the meantime, they just haven't been able to make any inroads whatsoever. There's a Pulse Bomb. Ooh, very, very nice ultimate from Hawks, though. Able to survive the Pulse Bomb as a direct result of that. And it looks like finally Tavik is going to go down after having such a huge influence in this game. Are we going to see SG-1 retake the point? We're into overtime. It's 99% versus 0. We need to see SG-1 take this right now. Zappis going in with Tracer. Can he actually get any kills, though? Occupying the point alone isn't going to be enough at this point. Fraggy is doing a good job of standing around on it, but he's dropping to 25%. Is he about to go down? 0 hit points says yes. Zappy's still holding the point. He goes down as well. An overtime ticker is counting down. Is SG-1 going to be able to get another body on? It gets reset. Seta on Lucio, able to duck in and out, and we've got Primal Rage coming up from Mafu as well, but that can only last so long. He goes down. Overtime counter goes down to 0, and as a result, we are going to see a map win on the pole for Rogue.
Rogue win.
Play begin.
Oh, is this the Pulse Bomb I missed? Potentially Graviton Surge. Oh my god! Oh my god! 5 kills on that Pulse Bomb, ladies and gentlemen. And that is a well-deserved victory if I've ever seen it. Apologies that we basically got kicked out of the game when that happened in real time. For what it's worth, that map lasted 6 minutes, and we have Rogue taking a 2-0 round victory to go 1-0 up in map score in this best of 3 final. We're going to be going ahead and hopping into the next map in just a second. I'm going to be editing the in-game overlay. So much was going on, and we had to jump straight back into the game as well. Everything was going wrong, but luckily we managed to get back in time. So hopefully you guys can forgive me for that. I genuinely thought, by the way, that everyone got kicked out of the game and we were going to remake. And it was only about a minute in, because I happened to see our admin Ben also log back into Battle.net. So I thought, okay, the servers crashed, don't worry about it. As it turns out, we were the only 2 people kicked. So SG-1 are going to be attacking on Numbani. Ooh. Is it Numbani? Let me just double check. It looks like it. So I'm going to go ahead and declare myself ready as well. SG-1 need to be able to win this map to even out the series and force it to a deciding 3rd game. It is a $1,000 prize pool. Winner takes all, ladies and gentlemen. Let's not forget that. There, pardon me, is no prize money for 2nd place. These guys are fighting for the whole hog here. So we're going to be entering the game on Numbani. Let's go ahead and hop into the in-game graphic now, just to make sure we have the teams set up correctly. Have I got SG-1 on the left? I do not. They're actually on the right. So we're going to go ahead and fix that, and also fix the scoreline as well, because Rogue are currently up 1-0. Ooh. You know, I've only just noticed that's a recycling bin. Took a little while. Right, let's go ahead and check out this beautiful map that is Numbani. Of course, lots of winding streets also conveniently mean... Ah, there's a Doomfist. Also conveniently mean a lot of areas to attack into. For example, with Reaper, with Tracer, just coming in with flanks and trying to be sneaky. Sometimes you see Widowmakers on the map as well. But at the moment, we don't actually see any. We're actually going to be going for the... I kind of want to call it old school, but it's really not at this point. Double Soldier 76 composition, AKM and Tavik going for that long-distance hit scan. And the reason they're going for this long-distance hit scan is because they're not actually going to go all the way to the front door here. So here, ladies and gentlemen, is where SG-1 are going to be spawning. And we do not want to have to travel all that way to respawn if Rogue accidentally gets picked off. So they're going to be basically defending on top of the point and giving SG-1 a lot of room to breathe. And as a direct result, that long-range hit scan from Soldier 76 ends up being really good. I'm particularly interested, though, to see Symmetra at work here, because this could end up making or breaking Rogue's half of the map. The teleporter is so useful here, because once you place it down, it's just such a long way to actually run, so you want to be able to minimize that rush time. We'll see if they're able to do it. Looks like the soldiers are just being very sneaky. IDDQD waiting on the Tracer. They're waiting for everyone to go past! This could end up being very sneaky indeed. Let's keep an eye out. The Tracers are still behind, waiting for an opportunity. Here we go. Mercy gets taken out straight away. There goes Hawks. Are we going to see additional kills here? Genji gets taken out as well. Himsy goes down. And all of a sudden, we have 2-0 down on the side of SG-1. Sick play to start things off with. And SG-1 are in complete disarray. Sata goes down as well. These two Tracers, Unko... about to get his ultimate as well. Incredible stuff here to start things off from Rogue, and I do not think SG-1 were expecting that at all. Let's take a look at Himsy as they reset now. They're going to be very annoyed at themselves with that, just not allowing themselves to get flanked again. They're going to have to be looking left, right, and center to make sure that no one's actually sneaking in from behind. Meanwhile, oh, they are actually trying to sneak in from behind. There's a Pulse Bomb. The Pulse Bomb takes out one player. It does actually get Lucia, the support player, very annoying, but Hawks is actually going to be still there with Mercy, doing a very good job of keeping that pressure up. Fraggy, in the meantime, now pushing through a little bit closer with Reinhardt on the top there. Are they going to be able to land on top of that? I'm not 100% sure. He's charging back in. Ooh, and that is a very painful way to end as far as Unko is concerned. Reinforce has the teleporter. Is he going to be putting it down? He needs to straight away. There we go. And let's see how much he can make that count. Tavik now trying to push everyone off the point. He's got everyone in his sights. That's great, but how many kills can he realistically get? He gets 2. Almost gets a 3rd, actually. Unko sort of moving behind to try and clean up. Is he going to be able to do that on Tracer? Not quite at the moment. Oh, Hawk's actually moving off the edge of the map, but he gets killed off as well. Himsy now remaining on Genji, and he's going to go down too. So once again, Rogue able to hold on this first section of the map. 3 minutes and 5 seconds left to go. Can SG-1 come back? Right, what have we got in terms of changes? Mafu is back on... Ooh! Back on Widowmaker, but he misses a crucial snipe there. He might have been able to pick off a Soldier 76 very early on in that engagement, and just before he gets to the health pack, he gets taken out by IDDQD. AKM now continuing with that long-range hit scan coverage we were talking about. This isn't glamorous, this isn't in your face, I'm going to kill you straight away, but this is basically, quote-unquote, the Overwatch role, actually. If you think about it, he's just busy doing as much damage as he can from afar. There is High Noon, and it doesn't look like it's going to get stopped in time. Oh, no, pardon me. Zappis actually does get stopped. He gets taken out by Reinforce. And dear, oh dear, unfortunately, walking out of High Noon into Sentry Turrets isn't good for your health. He's got another turret teleporter going to be popping up here, and Mafu, let's keep an eye out on him. Let's see if he's able to get a couple more kills here. Managing to pick off Unko, using his ultimate. That's very, very slick. You have to be so careful. Oh, not getting Soldier 76 there. That would have been actually very, very epic indeed. He gets picked off by AKM, and we do have Symmetra continuing to stay alive here. 1 minute and 55 seconds left to defend Objective A, and SG-1 now have 5, possibly all 6 players actually on the point right now. Fraggy going ham on Reinhardt, trying to pick off Soldier 76 at the last, but he gets healed up by Mercy, and he was 1 hit away from death before Mercy managed to start healing him, and that actually eliminates Fraggy altogether. So once again, Rogue are looking dead set on preventing SG-1 from even capping the first point here on Numbani. That is absolutely insane. Let's see if they can pull it off, though, because they have one, possibly two more pushes if they go into overtime, but things are getting pretty desperate right now for SG-1. They're regrouping, and more importantly, they're regrouping around the left, deciding to go back in through the center. Can they actually surprise the opposing team here? Reinhardt, Fraggy moving in. Oh, they've been got in their sights. It looks like Tavik actually using his ultimate at the moment, successfully kicking off Hawks. And you oh, I'm 95% as well on that Mercy. Not a good idea at all. Fraggy is so low health, but Tavik can't quite finish him off. But where is Mercy? SG-1 are just about hanging on to their position here. Mafu finally gets taken out. High Noon coming out from... Who is that from? Zappis actually goes down, unfortunately, so that gets cancelled. And once again, 43 seconds left to take this into overtime. Fraggy is still alive, but he's still alive because he's respawned back at base. Not exactly your dream scenario right now, unfortunately. They are rushing to try and get a last-minute push onto the point now. And we have Rogue actually pushing out as far out as they can to stop them from ever competing for the payload in the first place. AKM on the high ground. They have that advantage there. They're trying to cap the point. 18 seconds left to go. They can still do it. Actually, Himsy managed to take him out, and he's got High Noon going down as well. That doesn't get shut down this time around. He picks off IDDQD and AKM. I think they might be able to do it in overtime with just a couple of seconds left to go. Symmetra putting the teleporter down on the point, doing everything they can to just stall out at the moment, but it looks like it's going to be a bit of a team wipe, and the payload does successfully get captured here at the very last second. SG-1 are going to be able to start moving their payload. Oh my god, did they leave that late? And that was a very... I mean, it was a desperate, but it was a good desperate push from them, and they are now going to be able to have the opportunity to continue pushing down and complete Numbani as a map. I really thought Rogue were going to be able to do it. This is the second checkpoint that they have to get themselves to at the moment. So we'll see how far they can get. And it looks like, actually... okay, they're not actually being given the second checkpoint. I was wondering what they were doing there. Reinforce is staying on Symmetra, by the way, so Teleporter potentially still useful on the second point of the map. He's trying to come in from behind, but unfortunately, he's not exactly the biggest damage dealer on the planet. AKM, there is him. Is that Himsy? That's not Himsy at the moment. That's actually Zap. And Zappy is going to be able to take out AKM as well. Oh, very nice. Good headshot there on IDDQD. Excellent hit scanning and very fast reactions there from Zappis. Ooh, sneaky pulse bomb, not quite getting in the way, and AKM is now going to be switching onto Widowmaker, getting ready to defend the final point. So I have to say, Rogue basically gave SG-1 a reasonably good time pushing the second point, because they're going to be focusing on preventing the payload from ever reaching the end. 3 minutes and 41 seconds left for this payload to reach the final destination. We'll see if they can do it. Fraggy doing a very good job. Oh, never mind. We have an Earth Shatter. A very good to better job at the moment. But Lucio gets away! He was one hit from death. Okay, Wins does eventually get taken down. And we actually have a little bit of an offside Reinhardt right now on 85 health out of 500. How is he not dead yet? The shields now go back up. And he actually might be able to get healed back up here. Wins is basically the only source of healing at the moment on Rogue. So there's no mercy at the moment. Unko has actually gone on. Himsy at the moment with the High Noon. He gets taken out, unfortunately, before it completes. So that's going to get reset back to 50%. Tavik there with the kill. 4 kills in a row now for Rogue. And they're going to be able to stop the payload in its tracks. So successfully waiting until the final point and then executing their strategy when they were ready to all go together. And now, because they're at the final point, yes, okay, they spawn a bit closer. But it does take a little bit longer for SG-1 to come back into the fight. As opposed to Rogue here. Right, so a little bit of a breather here, I suppose, as everyone decides to reset. Fraggy moving forward once again on Reinhardt, waiting for the rest of the team to get behind it. A little bit of damage being done from behind, but he has to trust his team to be able to get it back. We have 2 ultimates available. Hawks on Mercy and Seta with the Sound Barrier, which immediately gets put down by the looks of things. And that allows them to get an early kill or 3. AKM reinforced, IDDQD and Wins all going down here. This could end up being, unfortunately getting taken out on Reinhardt. But this is a potential very good push. And I don't think we can get the heroes back out in time to contest this. Indeed, we cannot. And from 3 seconds away from losing entirely. Wow.
SG-1 win.
AKM with Play the Game from Soldier, doing a very fine job in the backlines. And GG there. His job is not too glamorous. It is sit back, do damage, and stay out of the way. But he did that absolutely fantastically on that half of the map. So 7 minutes and 58 seconds is the time to beat. I bet you guys didn't think we were going to have to go to a time there after essentially SG-1 came very close to just getting shut down at the first checkpoint altogether. But hey ho, what do you know? So there is still a little bit of time, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to get in on the giveaway action, we're giving away 2 copies of Origins Edition Overwatch, as well as a month subscription to Overwatch Kings, and a whole bunch of Razor loot. Just simply go into chat and type !launch for details on how you can enter that competition. It's not too late. This could end up being the final half of the map of the grand final of the ThePlays.gg launch event. So we're going to go ahead into the game and just double check those overlays. The teams have swapped sides now, so we're going to go ahead and go SG-1 versus Rogue and go and plonk our 0-1 to the other side. So, the time to beat, 7 minutes and 58 seconds. After almost losing, they would take any time after that, to be perfectly frank. Fraggy now coming back out with Reinhardt. They're going to be looking for a very similar composition, but Hawks isn't on Mercy. He's going to be on Torbjorn, ladies and gentlemen, and this is looking very funky indeed as we decide to pop out. I wonder if he's just going to try and get as many sneaky kills at the beginning as possible, or if he's going to be holding back and just trying to drop his turret as close to the point as he can. I think we're going to be moving back to dropping it at the point. Maybe using the railings as our friend. No, they're actually getting taken out here. Okay, so this is a cool position for the turret, and let me explain why. If you're the attacking team and you're moving out this way, it's really difficult for you to see the turret because the turret basically sees you as you're about to get on the point. So what you have to do as the attacking team is turn this corner and then look behind you. While you're looking behind you, everyone who's gathered in this location here is shooting at you. So it's incredibly difficult to deal with. What you have to do is come from the top, because there is a way to kill that turret. You come from the top with a sniper, like a Widowmaker or a Pharah that we see here from Tavik. And we use that situation to try and boost our chances of killing off the turret long before it becomes problematic for us. So we have 7 minutes and 58 seconds to complete this map. Let's see if Rogue are able to close out. It's going to be very, very interesting. I want to see a map 3, but Rogue are looking so supreme at the moment. He gets taken up by Himsy to start things off. A very, very quick attempt at capturing from Wins here. He's just holding on as Lucia right now, but I don't think SG-1 have any intention of letting him do that. Where is Himsy and how much damage is he actually doing? Reload at the moment. Very nice fan to pick off Wins, and that is going to be a hold to start things off from SG-1. But Rogue did give them a little bit of a scare as they actually move back. Hawks right now coming back as Torbjorn. He has no turret active right now, so it's effectively 5v6 in the meantime. Rather frustrating to have to deal with this sort of situation. Let's go ahead and take a look back at Tavik. It looks like he's waiting around at the moment. Interesting. And that's because he's switching over to Hanzo. Very interesting indeed. Oh, and I actually quite like the hair on that particular skin. Very funky. Right. IDDQD looking to sneak around back on Genji. There's a lot of damage dealing, a lot of assassins going on here. You can see AKM on Widowmaker as well, looking to pick people off. And it's not good that their base of operations is so far forward. Hawks gets picked off straight away, and if you take a look, these guys are basically stuck to one ledge right now to defend. They're not going to be able to prevent them from taking the point. They can only delay it at this point because they're not actually defending on it right now. And I'm really worried because I genuinely think we're going to reach a situation where it's become easier and easier for Rogue to continuously push here. So I'm not sure this is the best place for SG-1 to be holding. What they're doing is they're abandoning this point, and they're just trying to grab that ledge there and just allowing the ground battle to fight its way out. So far it is working for them. This isn't what Rogue did when they were defending, but we'll see how well that plays out. We can see them reacting to it now. They're rushing out with Tavik, newly on Zarya. There's an Earth Shatter coming out, but it gets a little bit whiffed. Fraggy gets taken out now as well, and there is the Lucio ult coming out from Satyr as well to try and defend a little bit better. Tavik going down hard. Unfortunately, the sound barrier doing a very, very good job there for SG-1. Zappis is going to go down in the melee, but it looks like they once again are going to be able to hold. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left to go. Are SG-1 going to be able to pull it back by holding Rogue to the very first point on Numbani? That could be pretty sick indeed. Reinforce now, coming on back. We'll see what he is able to do. He needs to lead his team from the front here. We've got Tavik in back as well. Going to be shielding Reinhardt, no doubt, very, very soon indeed. Just being very patient. There is the shield. Oh, and the shield goes on as the charge comes down. That was excellent play. That might not make it play of the game, but we need to give props for the beautiful timing on that Zarya shield. A massive melee going down here, and there is the res coming out for Rogue. Reinforcer is back in business as Reinhardt, and quite a lot of SG-1, unfortunately, are dead right now. High Noon coming out at the moment from, I think, is it Himsy? It is not Himsy. He's got Deadeye available. It was IDDQD that actually ended up cancelling it because they are going to be able to cap the point, I think. Everyone is trickling back right now, and I really can't see a way for SG-1 to prevent the first point from being captured. So, not quite clock ticking down to 0, I will admit. As far as we are concerned, the viewers, Rogue is a little bit ahead in terms of time. But SG-1 has plenty of opportunity to prevent these guys from ever taking the second point, let alone the last one. They're actually moving out quite far. Mafu using the recon site maybe to push out a little bit further than Rogue otherwise would have wanted to. And that's interesting because that could mean that the time it takes to travel to the second point, because don't forget, Rogue basically let SG-1, well, not let them, but it was very quick for SG-1 to capture the second point. They're giving Rogue just a little bit of a harder time. So it's just interesting to note there. Are we actually going for a flag? We are going for a flag. Here we go, Fraggy. And there's the Graviton Surge to try and shut that down as well. 4 players killed. Oh my god, did that get shut down hard. Ladies and gentlemen, give a hand for Tavik. Best Graviton Surge EU. As all of a sudden 4 players are down. And Rogue is going to have an easy peasy time coasting to the second checkpoint. That was a massive decision to play and a big risk to take for SG-1. I fully commend them for taking that risk, to be honest, because they know that Rogue are perfectly capable of setting a commendable time. They have to try something, but that gave them a free checkpoint. And at this point, it's going to be really, really difficult for SG-1 to hold on because it's an awful long time. 7 minute and 58 seconds total, don't forget. Gives you 3 or 4 pure minutes of pushing this last point. We'll see if they're able to do it. The Hawks is forced into the Resurrect, and Fraggy is coming in with a charge. Not able to kill him, having to pick up the health pack though, and he is out of the fight in the meantime. Reinforced and Anko doing a good job, but Anko having to revive Tavik, and Tavik could actually change the tide of this battle depending on the shields that he can put up. He's looking to target Mercy. He's doing a very good job of focusing down Hawks, and he successfully takes him out there. It is currently 6v4 in favor of Rogue, and they're continuing to push. If they push now, and they manage to get to the end, they are going to win the grand final by a scoreline of 2-0. IDDQD with the Deadeye. He's waiting. Sita goes down. He gets taken out very, very quickly. Flash and Fan on Himsy as well. This is so close. 4.5 meters left to go on the payload. Mafu and Hawks trying to stop IDDQD from taking it out completely. The payload continues to move. 3 meters left to go. And it's 5 versus 3 at the moment, but the respawn times are so quick in this position for SG-1. Are they able to hold it just a little while longer? Oh no, Graviton Surge is probably going to be a team wipe, and that's it! That is it, ladies and gentlemen. Rogue, GG, are going to be able to win, and as a result, they take home the grand finals by a scoreline of 2-0.
Rogue win.
Play of the game.
Oh, and fantastic. I'm so glad Tavik got play of the game. Is this gonna... It is gonna be the side Graviton Surge. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what happens when a flank goes horribly, horribly wrong. That was savage coming out of Tavik, and he fully deserves that play of the game. Incredible stuff from his Zarya. And that's going to conclude the Pro Tournament match.